Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to bring divine attention to the self. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. So let's do a mantra now, Om Namah Shivaya. It means I bow to the inner light. I bow to the high self. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Together. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Together. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah And one last mantra before we begin, the mantra of purification to purify this space, the ground, and all the psychic channels within. So if you know it, you can chant along with me. If you don't know it, don't worry about it. Just think about those effects of purification and just listen to the sound, and you derive all the benefits as though you were chanting, especially if you keep that intention in the mind. Om Pavitraha Pavitrawa Sarva Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabahya Bihantraha Saji. Let's come to standing. We'll start with a warm-up and then we'll proceed to the practice. So let's begin with charged breathing to bring the earth's energy into the body and charge it up. Bring the feet about 10 inches apart. Raise the arms above the head, the palms facing in. As I count to 8, we draw the breath all the way up from the soles of feet right up through to the fingertips. Hold the breath for a count to 6. As you exhale, you breathe all the way back down to the feet. Imagine the body's being charged through the process of the earth's energy. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the breath and the attention at the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, bring the energy all the way up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and holding at the fingertips. Exhale all the way back down. 3, 6, 7, 8. Last time, bring the energy up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the fingertips. Exhale back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. And we continue with the exercises. Start to roll the head in circles. Just try to make the circles as large as possible. Feel as though the head were very heavy. Throughout the practice, keep watching the body as though you're the witness. And move in a way that keeps the mind in its steady, constant, calm state. And the body free of pain and strain. And then release, go to the other side. But however, we just always try to come to our comfortable edge and always just try to find and increase that place for the edges through constant practice. Shoulder rolls, rolling them backwards. Bring the arms into the movement, make the circles large so you can feel the sensations rippling up and down the spine. Feel as though the shoulder blades are the wings of the heart and you're exercising them fully. And then switch direction of rotation, roll the shoulders forward. And then start to bring the movement a little bit more amplified with the arms adding in. And now we're going to do breath of joy. First 3 moves are on an in-breath, the last one's on an exhale. It's like a big release, and you do it with this sense of exuberance to make it sound, live up to its name. It goes like this. Now join me. Big release. Sharp movements. Big movements. 2 more. Last one, just stay down. And just let the body stop bouncing. And slowly roll your way up, leading with the upper back, keeping the head heavy. Just uncoiling the spine, and then when the head comes up, the shoulders come down. From here, lift the left arm up, inhale, stretch, lift long, exhale, bend to the right. Try not to make any folds on the right side of the body. Inhale, reach up, exhale, bend again. Inhale, come up, graceful movements. Keep the neck long by pulling the left shoulder down away from the ear, and down we go. And one more time, inhale, reach up, exhale, lean. And then coming back up, other side, reach your right arm up and bend to the left. And then coming back up again. And reach down, stretch the right side of the body, coming up. Breathe your way deeper into the stretches, and then coming up. Allow the breath to take you to your comfortable edge again. One last time. Inhale, come up. Exhale. And then coming back up and release. Shake out the wrists. Fling the hands from side to side as fast as you can. So the fingers are moving extremely fast. And then up and down. Flap the fingers like the wings of a hummingbird. Can't you see them move? They're like a blur. And then release. Just keep your feet about 10 inches apart. Swing from side to side. Now the arms just hit the body in between. And if you like, start to speed it up. Eventually, try to go as fast as you can. And then start to slow it down. Again, the arms are just hitting the body lazily and heavily. And return to stillness. Now bring the feet together, come to the top of the mat. Join the hands together at the heart, close the eyes for a moment, come back to the intention of offering up the practice. Make it a divine duty of love to all beings everywhere. So stay in that collective mind. Let's try to move together. Imagine you're moving in time and in sync with all beings, with all yogis everywhere to deliver the most benefit to all. Raise your arms up over the head. Come down. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring your hands down beside the feet. Bring the right foot back into lunge. Lower the knee down. Drop the hips down nice and low. Come into high plank. Lower knees, chest and chin down. Turn the fingers down a little bit. Elbows in towards the body. Chest to the ground. Glide through between the arms. Press the shoulders back. Arch the back. Come back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands. If it doesn't make it all the way, you can lower the left knee down and move the foot forward the rest of the way with your hands, your right hand. Bring the left foot in to meet the right foot again. Chest to the legs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Hands bent to the heart. Surya Namaskar on the other side. Reach the arms up. Go down. Modify as you need to, move according to your condition. Left foot back this time, doing it all over again. Into plank, lower knees, chest and chin. Glide forward into the cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together. Bow down. Come all the way up to standing, reach up high. Hands back to the heart. Again, extend, lift, in every sense of the word. Come down, humbly. Right foot back into a lunge. Into a plank. Lose yourself in the sensations. Down we go. Glide forward and back. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Make all the movements as mindful as possible. Like, again, you're the witness watching everything. Watching the body do the best of its best. Reach up, go down. Left foot back into a lunge, sink down, into the plank. Knees, chest and chin down. And glide forward into cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps quietly forward. Land it with the lightest footfall possible. As if you didn't want to disturb the mind from its constant observance, constant state, stillness. Come back home. Reach up. Go down. Right foot back. Don't worry too much about the breath. Just breathe in a way that delivers fluidity and ease to your movements. Glide forward and back. Allow it to deliver a sense of rhythm to the movements. Right foot steps, and then the left foot joins. Bow to the legs. Come up. Return home. Left side. Go down. Left foot back. When you have love in your heart, and an intention of delivering. Everything is an offering of love. The body moves more steadily and easily and gracefully. Left foot steps. Feet together. Come up and back. Hanumanasana. Reach up again. Lose yourself in the breath. Right foot back into plank. And down. Swoop forward and up. Retreat. Right foot. Then left. Bow down humbly. Come up. Standing salute. Return home. Left side. Go down. If you're getting warmer, just try to explore your sense of your range of motion a little bit more. According to what you see is appropriate for you. Take the seat up and back. Left foot steps. Then the right foot. Come up. And back. Let's do one more. Reach up, stretch. And go down. Right foot back. All the movements done quietly. Come forward and back with a sense of reverence as always. Right foot and left. Come up. Hands back to the heart. Left side to complete the cycle. Reflect humbleness and surrender in all the movements. And lower down. Immediately flow from one pose to the other. All the transitions smooth so as not to break the mind's attention. So as not to distract it or bring it into restlessness. Come back home. Breathe in. As you exhale, imagine letting go of all expectations and all attachments to the results. Do the practice because it must be done to help all beings. Release. And then fold down over the legs, bend the knees, you can bring your chest right onto your thighs. So from here, you just take hold of the opposite elbows behind the knees, hug the body tightly to the legs. Try not to lose connection of the body with the thighs. And then use the body, if you can, to push the legs further back. The seat lifts up. If you're more flexible, may the body stays with your legs as you pull the elbows down further towards the feet. If you're very flexible and your legs are straight, you can bring your forehead between the shins or to the shins. Less so, just stay with your knees bent. And just bring your attention to the base of the spine and just try to imagine or feel the spine lengthening as you continue to creep your chest further down the thighs. One more breath, perhaps tilt the seat up to feel the stretch in the legs. Exhale, close the gap between the body and the legs once again. And then bring the hands down. Bring the feet back into plank, lower down onto the belly. Flatten out the toes, inhale, lift up, raise the right leg up and extend as far as you can. And plant the toes down in a new location. Inhale, extend back. And again, press the tops of the feet down. Lift the chest and bring the elbows forward underneath the shoulders, Fink pose. Tug at the floor with the arms, bring the chest as far forward as possible. And then feel heavy through the lower body and the arms. Anchor down. Imagine you're made of stone, just like the statue. So you're trying as much as possible to embody all the characteristics of what you are representing. And finding them, you eventually find the ability to find stillness in the pose and comfort and ease. Can press into the hands, lift the elbows up off the mat and start to curve the spine a little bit more. Bring the head back to open up the throat, drop the shoulders down, walk the hands closer to the body if you like. Coming up higher, peel the body up away from the floor. Come even closer with your hands if you can. Now imagine you're folding the body in half at the hips. Press into the fingertips. And then lift the chest up, bring the head back as much as you can. Imagine the head coming right over the seat. Again, according to your condition. You can press into the fingertips, straighten your arms, get a little bit more extension through the toes, all the way up through to the top of the head. And then start to come down. Press the hands flat, make your way back into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, push the seat further back. Exhale, just bounce lightly through the chest, trying to get closer to the ground. Soften the line in the back. Imagine you're a hammock in its resting position. Just allow the spine to curve. If
you're very flexible, you can bring your forehead or maybe even the top or the back of the head down on the ground. Push into the hands, take the seat back, exhale again, dip again towards the ground with the heart. And from here, raise the left leg up. And then send the foot forward between the hands. Bring the knee in towards the body first to allow for graceful and quiet placement of the foot. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat forward. Bring the hands to the front knee. Inhale. Push into the thigh as though you're trying to push the knee forward. At the same time, lean away from the leg. Exhale again, drop the seat down low. Curl the tail under. Imagine the tail, the seat curl, you have a tail and it's curling down and under. Allow the head to drop back if you feel comfortable. Shoulders relaxed. Now inhale, pull the body back up, lean with the heart, bring the arms up. Kapiyasana, Crescent Moon. If you can, bring your hands together, Kali Mudra, interlace the fingers, index fingers form a point. Rock the shoulders up and down, back and forth. Try to get opening in the shoulders, and if you can, pull the arms behind the head. Drop the seat down and allow the chest to face up. Imagine you're lying on your back. Reach back, maybe eventually the index fingers go over the back toes. Advanced practitioners, do what you like. Perhaps you can bring your right foot up and allow your head to rest on the foot. Chain pose. Coming back upright, lead with the heart. Press into the front knee. Push your way up. Turn to the right. Open up your chest to the right. Extend the arms out to the side. Sukha Virabhadrasana, easy warrior 2. Now stay upright, extend the arms, and then just tip down. Left hand comes down, the right arm comes up. I'll do it this way so you can see from the other side. You can come onto your fingertips or place a hand on a block if you need to. Press the right shoulder all the way back. Advanced practitioners, if you want to go further, right arm comes around the back. Lower the shoulder and maybe take your left arm underneath the leg. Join the hands beside the seat against the thigh. Pull the right shoulder back. If you want to go halfway, can't quite get there, just bring your hands, slip it between your body and your thigh. Press the right thigh back. Right shoulder as well. Good. Keep on, just see if you can open up the right hip, the right shoulder. One more breath. And then coming back up. Sukha Virabhadrasana again. Now turn to the front, bend the toes under on the right foot. Right arm comes up. Angle the toe and the knee towards the right and pull the right elbow down on the outside of the left thigh. And I'll have to keep on changing sides. So you push against the elbow, you can bring your hands together, push the left hand down to the right, or form a fist. Sometimes this helps too, to help the pushing action. You try to press the left hand into the right, raise the body up so the center of the chest comes to the thumbs, and then pull the left shoulder back. Try to get your whole chest and face looking up. If you want again to come into bind, pull the seat back, elbows in a space below the leg, the thigh. Snake your right arm underneath. Left hand comes over the back, and maybe your hands, fingers locked together, or take your left wrist with your right hand. Pull the left shoulder back. Now inhale, left hip moves back, head moves forward. Exhale, go deeper. If you have other variations, go ahead. Sometimes people like to lift the back foot, back knee I should say. And again, rotate. Steadiness and stillness without bringing the body into a place of distress and pain. Lower the right knee down. Come all the way back around gracefully, easy warrior 2. Interlace the fingers behind the back, pull the hands down, and as you do that, lift the chest, bring the head back. Standing up for humble warrior. Lift the chest, You can bring your hands, if you're more flexible, lean back a little bit, bring your hands to the ground, press them into the ground. And then coming back up, keep the body long as you dive forward to the inside of the left knee. So if you go straight down, your shoulder will end up on the knee. So if that happens, just slip down to the right so the shoulder comes to the inside. Pull the seat back, inhale, extend to the top of the head, exhale, melt. Expressing humbleness and surrender in the pose. Inhale, come up. Bring the hands down to the inside of the left foot. Move the left foot out, bend the toes under on the right foot. Scooch back and forth, coming into lizard. Now if you're on the forms, some of you can probably stay on your forms if it's comfortable. Otherwise, just come up higher on your hands. Just push back and forth, trying to get your hips to lower and sink. Okay. And push one back last time through the right foot. Extend the heel back as much as possible. Lower the knee, flatten out the toes. If you're in the forms, stay in the forms. If you want to go lower, come down onto your chest. Telescope the chest forward and rest in stillness. Gaze at a point, fix the gaze just like a lizard who doesn't blink. Left side of the seat rolls under. More breaths, telescope the chest forward, exhale, sink, get heavy through the hips and the lower body. And coming back onto the hands. From here, bring the hips back, lift the left toes up off the ground, reset the shoulders, exhale, bow to the front leg. We want to have the hips on the same line as the back knee. Now you may stay here if this is where you find your edge. If you're more flexible, you want to go to Hanumanasana. Bend the toes under on the right foot. Pull the hips forward again, just like we did in a question pose. This set up for a Crescent Moon. And then slide your left heel forward. Sometimes it helps to have the heel up off the mat. Slide your hands back beside the hips. And then just pulse up and down. Release bit by bit. Do not overstretch. Listen to your body. You can come all the way down, rest, point the toes. You can even bring the arms up, head behind the arms. Cross the wrists, and then make yourself look like an offering. Coming back upright. Bring the hands back. From here, press into your hands. Drag the left foot back. Whoops. Oh, one more pose. Heel to the left foot in. Come into Pigeon Pose. Left thigh on the ground. Right leg extends back. Hands beside the hips. Inhale. Get tall first. Lift up through the heart. Keep the left side seat. Place a block underneath your seat if you need to. Your left side. Come down as much as you feel appropriate. You can stay higher. Stay on your hands, on the forearms, resting forehead on the fists, or right flat down. Wherever you're at, express surrender and humility again. Expect nothing and all will come with constant practice. Keep on trying to get the body to telescope further, the chest to further forward. Telescope further forward. And coming back. Good. From here, if you can, pick up the right foot. And then you can either hold it with one hand. If you can, hold it with both hands. And press the ankle into the hand. Get your body to come up higher. I'll turn the other way for those who want to try a swan pose. If you can get your foot, you switch your grip so you can bring your foot down beside your body, your hip. If you can get close to the body, just lean back. Just allow the foot to rest in the crook of the arm. The fingers are up by the ears. Left hand comes around the left side of the head, and find the hands easily if the fingers are up high enough. And then push the foot back into the arm, the inner arm, and turn the chest forward. Try to, sometimes the bicep starts to get all cramped up and wrinkled through the side body. Try to take those side body wrinkles out by pushing the chest forward and lengthening the sides. One more breath. Push. Just try to bring the left shoulder back, the right shoulder forward a little bit more. Exhale, expand again. And to come out, pull the foot close to the shoulder again and release. Plant the hands back into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. And then, like a snake moving through the grass, just creep along the floor and come all the way up. Peel your upper body up off the mat. Cobra, make sure your feet are together like the tail of a snake. Try to imitate the form to the fullest extent possible. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Once you ride, breathe out, soften. Vasisthasana, moving the left hand to the right, keep your hips high, just like you're doing the sideways downward dog. Spin your feet towards the long edge of the mat, towards the right corner, and open up. Bring the right arm up. If you need to, come down onto your left knee, or if it's your wrist, come onto your forearm. Lots of different options. If you want to go further, maybe you can slip the right toes back alongside the knee. Plant the foot, come into Wild Thing. Maybe right into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Spin on your hands, slide your left foot in so your feet on your hands are even, into your wheel pose. And we're just moving back, so you spin on your hand again, plant your left hand, your left foot down, and return to downward facing dog. Right to the other side. Right hand moves to the left, shorten your stance a little bit, and then spin on your feet, come up into your variations, Vasisthasana, or Wild Thing. Just go where your breath takes you. Visualize in your mind, and see the body will execute. But if it doesn't turn out the way you want to, be unconcerned and unjudging, just do your best. Now we're returning, spin on your right hand, keep your hips high so that you can return back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. And from here, we're bringing the right foot up again, or not again, but the right foot up, and then bring the foot forward between the hands. Setting it down between the hands. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat all the way forward. Sit close to the front heel. Hands on the front knee. Inhale, lift the body up out of the hips. Exhale, just allow the shoulders to drop down, the head to drop back. Pushing into the knee to lengthen the thigh, lean the body back. Try to make sure your lower back doesn't feel crunched. So keep on visualizing the upper body lifting up away from the hips, the tail curling under, and then lifting back up, Kapiyasana. Keeping arms apart is always an option. If it's too much, you keep your hands pressing together in Kali Mudra, and then make your way again into the pose. Rock the shoulders a little bit, and then pull the arms. Try to keep the elbows from bending by keeping the elbows close to the head, and then reaching back. Again, finding your variations if you like. You can bring your left foot up and rest your foot in your head and your foot. Lift through the heart, come back up. Press into the front knee. Back into Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms out first, and then we tip down. Left arm up. From here you can see the bind from the other side if you want to take it. Lower the shoulder so it's lower than the leg, the thigh. Right arm comes around, left hand comes around, and then join the hand either in a lock. If you have more space, take hold of the wrist with your left hand in your right wrist. Sorry, right wrist takes your left hand. Left shoulder moves back into your other variations if you like. Keep your shoulder with the knee. Release gracefully, come back, easy warrior 2. And then turn towards the front, bend the toes under, this helps with balance. Left arm reaches up, and then out to the outside of the thigh. Either fist covered with the right hand, push the chest up towards the thumbs, arch your back a little bit, like you're doing a cobra. Right shoulder moves back. Or other variations. Hands in prayer. Sometimes this happens, you want to keep your wrists in line with your elbows. So keep that nice straight line and keep pushing your chest towards the thumbs. Roll the right shoulder all the way back. Now right hip moves back again, extend through the head, exhale, go a little bit deeper, chest facing up. And the exhale takes you back. Easy warrior 2. Interlace the fingers, pull them down. If you want, bend the toes under, lean back a little bit. You might be able to, your hands might come right down to the ground. Push the chest up. And then coming back up. Keep length in your spine as you move down into humble warrior. Move your chest, your head, your body to the left of the right foot so you can go down without getting jammed up, your shoulder jammed up on the knee. Inhale, come up halfway, release the hands, place them down beside the foot, walk the right foot out a little bit, lizard. Moving back and forth. Sinking down through the hips especially. Press back through the left heel one more time and then lower the knee down. If you find your knee falling away from the body, move the foot out so that the foot and the knee are in the same line. The knee should be close to the shoulder. And if it's appropriate, come down onto the forearms. If you're very flexible, rest the chest, the whole body on the ground. Keep the gaze still. Imagine you're sunning yourself like the lizard. And the exhale, come back onto your hands if you're on the forearms. Move the right hip back, pull the right toes up off the mat. Ardha Hanumanasana, bow to the leg. You can bend your knee if you like, so you can rest your chest a bit more easily onto the leg, and then just allow the weight of the body to just bring more release in the back of the leg. This is too easy, again, Hanumanasana is always an option. Drop your hips forward, like you're doing equestrian pose set up for Crescent Moon. Push equally through both heels. You should not have one hip way forward or the other. Both hips even. And then, if you can, all the way down eventually. Advanced practitioners, if you know other variations, go ahead. And come down. If you're in Hanumanasana, pull the right foot back, then make your way into pigeon. Okay, if you're more flexible, bring the shin a little bit further so the front shin is parallel to the front end of the mat. If not, bring the foot closer to the hip, left hip. Come up high first, telescope the chest up away from the hips. And as you come forward and down, keep the right side grounded. If you can, and come down according to your ability, your flexibility. Keep on trying to get the side body long as possible. Reach forward, reach back to the toes. Breathe in, extend, breathe out. Surrender to the pose. Walking back. And if you can stay upright. This is always an option. Take the foot in your left hand. If you can, pull the foot close to the body first, the seat, so you can take the foot more easily with the right hand. You can stay upright like this. Be mindful of your shoulders, of course. Push the chest forward and up. Allow the head to go back. Or the swan pose, if you like. Bring the foot close to the shoulder first. Allow it to slip in the crook of the arm, fingers up by the ear, so that when your right arm comes around, the hands are close enough to take the fingers easily, or more easily, and then turn your chest forward. Keep picturing what your body looks like in your mind, and just try to match what you see. Do your best. Without any attachment to the results, just make it an offering. The best, the best. And then pull the foot back in towards your shoulders so you can release. Plant the hands, back into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Glide forward into the cobra. Lose yourself in the pose. Be one with the form that you're trying to represent. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower the forearms down on the ground, something just to work our balance a little bit. Walk your feet as close as you can to the elbows. So some of you might just stay here, lifting your heels up and down, come onto your tippy toes, or as high as you can. Okay, so depending on your flexibility in your hips, you can use your knees, keep them bent, and just push into the belly so your hips come forward over the shoulders and the elbows. This is important alignment tip if you want to eventually come up into balance, arm balance. You can raise the left foot up, keep it close to the seat, and bring the foot as far over beyond the head as possible to the other side of the body. And then keep pressing through the arms, lift a look beyond your fingertips. You might be able to eventually come up into balance. Keep your leg close to the body. If you go over, you don't have far to go. Your legs are already close to the ground. Tuck your chin in and you just roll if you need to. Okay. Coming back down, come back into child's pose. Again, you go according to your comfort level. Don't feel you have to do everything. Breathe in, breathe out. Try it one more time. Come onto the forearms. And just, again, press up and down. The closer you get your feet to the elbows, the less you have to jump to eventually, if you want to come up into an arm balance. Flex the toes by bending the toes back so they activate the core muscles. Press into the arms, and then you might be able to press off the toes and find balance. Just move it slowly. Jump. Don't take big, hard, aggressive movements, otherwise you send yourself right over. Okay? And coming back down, relax in child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Once again into downward facing dog. We're getting ready to come forward. You can either spring forward to your feet, or you can walk to your feet. Lower the seat about the line of the hip, knees, arms forward. Charge the lower body by pressing the thighs and the shins towards another or together if you can. Peel your upper body up off the thighs. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Closing your eyes. Surrender to the pose. Be strong in a pose, and fierce determination to stay without changing a mindset from one of calmness, unbothered by the effort. Come all the way up to standing. Release the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, taking your feet a little bit further apart, toes beyond the edge of the mat, standing back bent. So you want to bend your knees so your knees are over the toes. Slide your hands, place it on the hips, bring the hands on the seat and press into the seat. Push your hips forward, roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards, and then eventually keep anchoring down through the edges of the feet so you stay balanced. If you feel comfortable, you can drop your head back, and then one hand at a time, and only if you feel comfortable, bring your hands down either just above the knee or underneath. Press the heels, your palms into your legs. Use your thumbs, just roll them towards one another. So to the inside a little bit more, so your thighs roll out. And roll the shins the other way. Inward. If you're very flexible, you might be able to slide your hands, even go further, and place them on the heels or step on your fingers if you like. Try to straighten out your legs eventually. Coming back, hands walk up the legs, press your hands into the seat, and come up. Do it slowly, especially at low blood pressure. Be mindful in these poses. Walk your feet together. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do one more balanced pose. Ballet pose. Standing on your left foot first. Plant the edges of your feet down. Raise your right leg up. Hold the heel. And then bring, if you can, the foot out. Left arm comes up. You try to get your foot on at the same height as the fingers. So if you're more flexible, you bring the foot up higher. Less so, if you need to, you can keep your knee bent. If it's too much to take your foot, you can take hold, press your hand into your thigh, do whatever you need to, okay? So if you feel comfortable as well, you can let go of the foot. Keep your leg charged so it doesn't drop down. So 1, 2, get ready to release on the count of 3. Slowly lower. So try to bring the foot down without making a big thump, a big noise. Keep your muscles engaged in the leg. Trying on the other side. Just close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself in a pose holding gracefully just like a ballet dancer. Complete poise and control. And see what the body can do. Press the right foot down. Bring the left leg up so you can take hold of the heel. And then bring the leg up. Lean a little bit away from the leg. Charge the standing leg. And the arms come up. Right arm. Okay. Lift up through the chest. Keep rising up higher and higher. Engage the muscles in the upper leg and the lower leg. And then if you like to release on the count of 3. 1, keep the leg charged. Fire up the core. 2, 3. Slowly lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now just come to the top of the mat. Coming down slowly. Take the arms out in front. So I imagine you're sliding down the wall, feet about hip width apart, come down, keep your back straight, tuck the tailbone, engage the core, keep coming down slowly, try not to lean forward too much. Trying to keep the back sliding down the wall, back is straight. When you're close to the ground, lower the seat down, roll your way down. And once you're there, breathe in, breathe out, all fatigue, relax. Arms over the head, extend and sit up. Any which way is doable for you. Either rock right up or come onto your side. So we're going to lean to the right, take the left foot back. If you have any knee issues or anything, and it's not comfortable to sit like this, keep the leg in front. So, and you can have the foot just in front of the right side seat. I'll do it this way for this one, I'll do it the other way for the other side. Bring the knee up towards the chest, shoulder against the right, the knee against the right shoulder. And if you want, you can take hold of the heel. If you have more flexibility, you can extend the leg straight up for Hanumanasana. Sometimes I like to press my fingers into the base of the toes, lift up, imagine you're trying to get your chest higher than the knee, and try to bring your leg towards your body as opposed to hunching forward to meet it. Think of Heron Pose, long lines throughout the body. And bring that into your pose as well. Now we're going to bend the knee, and then, if you can lean back, place the foot on the left thigh, and if there's no resistance, you can put the foot into the hip crease and adjust it so you can get your knee on the ground. If it doesn't come down all the way, you place something underneath your knee. If you don't have the lotus, you just place your foot against the knee like so. The right hand comes down the center of the back, behind your back, right against the seat. Left arm comes up, form a fist, and push the back of the fist into the right knee. You can also lean towards the right if you want, reach around, and if your hand happens to land on a thigh, press your hand into your thigh. Inhale, lift through the chest, exhale, turn to the right. If you know how to take a bind, others who are in the Vajrasana, go ahead. You enter the lotus the same way. Lift up through the chest, take all the folds out of the side body, and turn. Twist from the hips, and feel the sensation going all the way up through the spine. Release, come back. Do the other side. So shake out the legs. And I'll do the full version this time. You fold the right leg back if it's comfortable. Bring the left knee in towards the shoulder and sit up with your knee against the shoulder, either holding the heel in front of the knee or extending it straight up for Hanumanasana, Heron Pose. Just keep picturing the form that you're trying to represent. Tap into its divine qualities. And just try to embody them in your own practice. Now bring the foot back down to level the knee, lean back a little bit so the foot comes right closer where it has to be. And then it's easier to just allow the foot to slip into where it needs to be in the hip crease. Turn the body, bring your body over the left thigh, reach around, and your hand might come right on the foot. If not, encourage it to come forward with the other hand and find the foot. If you're more flexible, try to reach down for the ankle. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to the left. rise up out of the hips. Eventually, the whole chest is facing the long edge of the mat, shoulders are in line, your chin is over the left shoulder. Start again, the twist from the hips, low in the body. The rest of the body will eventually follow. And then slowly come out. Release. Shake out the legs. Good. Coming into headstand now. Shirshasana, king of the postures. Lots of different variations if you know how to get into your headstand, and if you're comfortable in your headstand practice, go ahead. A few options for those who are more, want to try some other entries. You can come into your lotus first if you have a lotus, and then bring your forehead down, hands in tripod, and then lean over way to one side so you can get your knee on your upper arm. Push into that hand, and then you might be able to get your other knee to come up. Eventually come all the way up. Okay, other ways of getting into other variations if you like. Sometimes this one's easier. I like to come onto my fingertips, walk your hands further away so you have a big base. Just rest your knees, underneath the knees to the elbows, and then see if you can press into your fingertips, lift one foot, and then the other foot dance from toe to toe. Eventually you might feel comfortable, just stay up. And then take left leg all the way back, perhaps flex a foot, keep your other leg close to the body. Okay, and then just find a balance. Push through the feet as you need to so you don't either go back or forward, and do it all slowly. If you don't have a headstand practice, you can either stay here like this or your hands are flat on the ground like this, or rabbit pose. Take hold of your heels and forehead to the ground and roll your hips up so you're on the top of the head. Now once you're in the comfortable steady pose, close your eyes if you feel comfortable, or gaze steadily at something in front of you, and just allow your mind to concentrate on the space between your eyebrows. Watch the darkness behind the forehead. Come down when you need to, anytime. Remember, if your body is a place of pain and your mind is in a constant state of distress, this is not what you want to offer up to anybody. Now, if you're still in headstand, come down slowly with control so you land quietly. And once you're down, relax in child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll your way up, find your way onto your back. Lie on your back. We'll breathe in and breathe out. Imagine you're fainting. Let go of all fatigue. Getting ready for shoulder stand. Arms beside your body, pressing your palms down into the mat. Raise your legs. You can bend your knees if you need to first, and then bring your legs straight up to the ceiling. Your feet facing the ceiling. Press into your arms and see if you can get your hips up off the ground. And then lower down, not with a big heavy thud. Controlled. Come up a little bit higher so most of the back is up off the mat. Again, lower yourself down slowly. And then come up higher till you're pretty much right on your shoulders. The back is off the ground. Come up. If that was comfortable for you, next time, come right into shoulder stand. Once you're
Body's up high and vertical. Bring your hands to the back and walk your elbows close to one another. Try to find a straight line from the toes down to the chin. If you can. If you're right on top of your shoulders, you can bring your hands to your thighs. If you want to come into your lotus, go ahead. Bring your legs a little bit more over the head so that you can use your hands if you need to. Optional ways to take your hands to your thighs as well. Knees higher than the hips. Other options, bridge. So from the ground, you slide your feet in, you lift your hips, walk your shoulders under, tuck them underneath the body, and try to get your chest close to your chin. It's a good approximation of this shoulder stand form. Try to get your knees over the heels. And just rest there. Or if it's too much still, seat on the hands, legs straight up to the sky. Now again, find stillness. Close your eyes and watch the space behind the forehead. The darkness behind the forehead between the eyes. Those in lotus, come into Pindasana if you like. Bring your just lotus on your chest. You can wrap your arms around your legs if you can. Or if your legs are straight, Hanumanasana. Just bring your feet down on the ground behind the head. Walk your feet as far away from the head as possible to get the max back stretch. You can keep your hands on the body if your feet are not on the ground, or on the ground behind your back if your feet touch the ground. Option as well to take your chest, your thighs to the chest, knees on either side of the ears. Now go deep within, beyond the body and the mind. Make ready to come out. So if you are able to come right into bridge pose from here, you can. You place your hands on your back. Your legs are extended, so come out of lotus if you're lotus. 1 foot at a time. Keep your hands on your seat. Press your seats in your hands. Stay strong through the wrists and the arms so that you can come down without landing heavily and hurting your wrists. Okay? So if you're in bridge pose, you can go into couch pose. Walk forward, scooch forward on your elbows and your shoulders until your elbows are right beside your heels. When your heels come together or close together underneath the seat, push into the elbows, lift the chest and the head off the ground so your knees can come down. And then you bring your head back. Then take hold of your opposite arms, elbows, over the head on the ground, if you like, or hold on to your ankles. If that was too much, you can come into bridge, fish. Hands on underneath the seat, palms down. Again, scoot your shoulders underneath the body and the elbows, lift the chest, and bring your head down. Now, whichever pose you're in, Bhastrika, breathe very fast to the nose like you're planting puppy. Lower out of the pose, breathe in, breathe out. Urdhva Dhanurasana, bring the feet in again, close to the seat. Other options, variations, or modifications if you need to. Again, do bridge if you like. This is what I showed earlier as a modification to shoulder stand, or I'll show other options in a minute. So bring your fingertips beside your head, fingers facing slightly out, and then lift the seat, and then push in your fingertips. You can drag your head back, turn your hands around, fingers facing slightly outwards, but towards the feet. And then you can keep your head on the ground the whole time, or lift your head up. And then lift the heels, work your pose, advanced variations. You know them if you're, so you can explore them if you like. Okay. If you need something softer, you can also, well, I would say with the bridge, or you can roll onto your belly and do regular bow pose. Ankles, holding the ankles, and lift by pulling on the ankles. Make it as according to your condition. Keep your thighs on the ground if you need to, and or pull on the legs to get the legs higher. Eventually the toes come up to a place you can see them. So hold it for a little bit longer. Practice stamina and fierce determination. Okay. One more breath. Smile, offer it up. Maybe things will ease up. We'll maybe find more ease when you smile, or more joy when you smile. And then start to make your way down in a way that's mindful and slow and quiet. Once you're down, rest on your back. If you're in bow pose, just flip onto your back. Breathe in, breathe out, all fatigue. Now bring the right leg up, hold the ankle, and bring the knee onto the shoulder, the right shoulder. Pull on the leg a little bit so that the foot, eventually the leg straightens, the foot comes close to the head. If you're very flexible, you can take hold of the foot and just bring the foot down right beside the head. If you need to, you slide your left foot in, okay? And the knees facing up and out. And then bring that leg down, other leg. Bring the left knee onto the shoulder and then pull on the leg a little bit. Send your attention to all of those areas where you're trying to find more release. Send an intention of releasing there. Your attention's like a magnet. It pulls all the vital force there, all the prana. Again, if you like, you can see, if you're flexible, you can see if you can bring your foot to the ground beside your head. Extend through the right heel so the right leg is flat on the ground as well. And come back and release the leg. Bring your arms up over the head and sit up. Okay. Bend your knees. Hanumanasana. Press your thumbs into your hip crease and extend the body by the hips and bring your body onto your chest onto your thighs. You can either hug your legs if you have tight hamstrings and stay here. Work on just melting your body onto your legs. If you're more flexible and you can straighten your legs without detaching your body from the legs, go for it. Don't waste any time. And then keep pulling your chest forward. Place your hands where you like them. Walk the seat back. Inhale, again, pull the chest as far forward as possible. Exhale, melt onto the legs. Your tension is at the base of the spine. Sometimes you might feel the throbbing sensation there. When you concentrate on that area, imagine that as energy. Your life force trying to move up the body through the spine.
put your hands behind your body. You can turn your hands the other way with your fingers facing away. It's a little bit easier on the wrists. Purvottanasana. Slide your heels in a little bit, dig into the heels and just allow the belly button to sink towards the lower back. And then press up. Roll the thighs inwards and plant the toes down. Chest is higher than the shoulders. Bring the head back and breathe very fast again. Pant like a puppy. If it's too much, you walk your heels underneath your knees. Bench pose. Keep your chest high, keep going. Don't let your hips drop. Keep strong. Keep your upper body curved and long. Lower down. Press into your hands, lower the feet. Hug your legs to the body, breathe in. Hold the breath. Chin on the chest. Concentrate on the space to the eyebrows. Squeeze the root muscles tight. And the throat muscles as well. Contract them. Slowly exhale, not in a big explosion. Release it like a steady stream. Good. Come on to your belly for one more round of back bending. The first one, come into any variation in Cobra, including Sphinx pose. That's always an option. Roll the shoulders back, and then bring the feet together, make your way up. Rise up, picture Cobra in your mind. Try to imitate its form. So the chest is wide like the wings beside the head. There's no feet, it's just a tail, so your feet are together. Bring your hands closer to the body if you like. Bring it beside the hips, get as much extension as possible. Lower down. Rest, breathe in, breathe out. One more. Separate your feet a little bit. King Cobra. You bring your hands, I'll show options if having trouble back bend, you can bring your hands beside a little bit wider and lift your chest and lift your legs up like this, and then you can raise your thighs up off the ground and just try to get as much lift as possible. If you want, otherwise Cobra, you bring your hands, start with your feet on the ground, pull your way up. Find it helps come onto the fingertips. Picture your head going over the hips, straight line up. Pull the shoulders back, lift the feet up, point the toes mightily, and then the toes might find the head. And then, if you've got good balance, you can maybe bring one hand at a time to your knees, bound Cobra. If you have the bound Cobra, press your shins into your hands so you can let your legs down safely, and then bring one hand at a time to the ground and lower down. All other exits done mindfully, of course, as well. Breathe in, breathe out. Just flip onto your back now for final twist. Bring your legs up like an upside down table, your knees over the hips, cross the left leg over. If you can see if you can hook your foot underneath the right leg, and then bring your legs to the right. The foot eventually comes down, the right foot, and then you can use your hands to bring the knees down. Extend the left arm out of the shoulder, and just stay long through the lower body, lower back by pressing the hips, seat towards the front end of the mat. Keep the left arm extended, try not to get the front shoulder to pop up away from the ground. Keep the Look back the shoulder, connected to the earth. Okay. Coming back to center, cross the legs the other way. Bring yourself back into upside down table. Right leg crosses over this time, and then if you can hook, hook. If not, don't worry about it. And then just allow your legs come over to the left. Keep long through the side, the lower back region, especially the spine. Move your legs so position allows you to get the full length, feeling the full length of the spine, and being able to lengthen even more. Right arm extends to the out to the right, beyond the at the line of the shoulder. Eventually, every pose becomes steady and comfortable enough to meditate in. Every form you feel equal love, equal connection. We're all one, we're all the same. And this way we foster compassion through just trying to bring ourselves in line with all forms, in connection with all forms, in love with all forms. Shavasana. Come back to the center, extend the legs, bring the arms about halfway to the body. Palms facing up in a gesture of receiving. Close the eyes and just relax as much as possible. With each exhale, feel as though more the tension, more the effort, we're just dropping away from the body. Succumb to complete relaxation. Feel the muscles relax, the joints go loose and limp. Everything becoming very relaxed, like they're floating in an endless sea of fluid. Imagine your whole body made up of fluid, all the inside. Everything is just floating, the bones, the organs, floating freely. And now visualize a light coming into the body, illuminating everything. Imagine that as all the benefits, all the love that we brought into our beings through the practice. Just allow that light to fill you up. Everything within, imagine those as endless, countless beings everywhere throughout the universe, residing within you. And share that love with all of those beings. Feel the light and the love. Warming all that is within. Prepare now to come back from Shavasana in a way that is mindful and quiet and gentle. Bring your awareness back to the breath and start to feel the fingers and the toes awakening, the arms and the legs, the face, the organs and the other forces within that animate the body. Prepare to come back to seated position. And then we'll do some pranayama now. So this is called alternate nostril breathing. Come closer so you can see. So the right hand is in Vishnu Mudra, which is what we use to control the passage of breath through the passage of the breath through the nose. So second and third fingers fold down. Use a right thumb to block off the right nostril to control the passage through that, and the right ring finger to the left nostril. The other hand is in Yana Mudra, so the thumb and the fingers touch and rested on the left knee. Okay, so we're going to do a few. The motion is to breathe through the left side, so you block off through the right nostril, breathe in through the left. Hold the nose closed both sides for the breath retention portion. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. And then block off that side as well to close both nostrils. Hold the breath and breathe out through the left. So that is the motion. And through the breath retention, we're contracting the muscles of the root and pulling them up towards the navel. So everything down there, you just squeeze the muscles tight, engage the pelvic floor, and imagine you're pulling up towards your navel. You lift your chest up high. You bring your chest onto your chest, your chin onto your chest. So some people end up doing the shoulders, but you actually bring the chest up, chin on the chest. You bring your attention to the third eye and your tongue just behind your teeth, the the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Okay, that's through the breath retention. Focus at the space between the eyes. You can just keep it there the whole time or just bring it to there at the breath retention. So it's count to 3, 12, 6, 3, 12, 6. 3 on the inhale, 12 on the retention, 6 on the exhale portion. So just follow along with me, and when you get comfortable, you can do it on your own through my count. So staying up tall and straight, breathe out to empty out the lungs. Bring the right thumb in place against the right nostril, inhale through the left. 3, close both sides of the nose, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, apply the locks. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the right, release the locks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, close both sides of the nose off, hold the breath, attention to the third eye. 6, apply the throat to the root lock. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale to the left, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale left. Holding chin on the chest, throat and root muscles engaged. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the right. 3, hold in a breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale left, release the tension in the locks. 4, 5, 6. Inhale left. Holding. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale right. Holding. Keep watching the space between your eyebrows. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale left. 4, 5, 6. Inhale left.
Holding, count in your head. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Holding and counting evenly to 12. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Hold. Exhale, right. 4, 5, 6. Inhale, right. Holding the breath. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Holding for 12. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Holding a breath, attention to the third eye. Exhale, left. One more time, inhale, left. Holding a breath. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Holding. Exhale, left. Right hand down in Yana Mudra on the right knee, sitting up tall again. Just a few moments of silence, observing the thoughts. Once again, you're like the witness, watching the mind reactions and the emotions and the body without any judgment, without any concern or thought of where it should be or where your mind or your emotions should be. Just remain undisturbed. And even in your active points in your life, when you're actively engaging in situations, whether they be good or whether they be positive or negative experiences, everything is perfect because everything brings us some bit of knowledge that we need to eventually find those actions, those behaviors that will not harm others or ourselves, and that will not always land us back into a place of suffering. It all just comes down to doing good and being good. And what you put out comes back to you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out love to all beings and peace and hope and wisdom and joy to all beings everywhere. Conclude with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. May peace be in you, peace be with you, and peace surround you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. And there is a class at 4 o'clock later for Yin and Yoga Nidra if you're interested. Again on this channel. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.